following podcast is recorded and produced by the Podcast Precinct in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com. The Podcast Precinct. Consistency, creativity, culture.
The Nostalgia Funhouse proudly dedicates all episodes in the loving memory of Connie Chirac. So, Johnny, I've been hearing really great things about this Nostalgia Funhouse. It just brings back so many great memories.
Andrew, the only reason I'm moving in line with you here is that you really vouched for this show. So I'm just going to believe you that this is the show that I've been wanting, which is just talking about all the fun stuff from our yesteryear and the years before. And I really hate anything meta, so I'm glad that what we're doing right now is not that.
Oh, no, definitely. What is meta? Isn't that Ron Artest's new name?
Well, add World and Peace to it, sure.
Yeah, but this is great. They, last year they were tearing play sets and Halloween costumes.
Well, that sounds cool.
They get these weird court recordings from pop culture courts.
Does anybody care about court cases?
These ones are kind of cool. They put Scott Kelvin on trial. Poor old Santa Claus there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, man. You know what's the best part about this is, though? Is I hear they always got a really great sponsor. You can check it out right there.
Christmas is near, and I am delighted that so many good boys and girls are calling my special number to hear my exciting Christmas stories.
There's a new story every day, and you'll receive a free gift from Santa and me for calling.
Christmas is a magic time for us all. Call me, and we'll share the magic together. Call 1-900-909-8888. Each call costs $2 for the first minute and 45 cents for each extra minute. Be sure that your parents give you permission. Christmas is near, and so am I.
Ho, ho, ho! Welcome to the Nostalgia Holiday House! Ho, ho, ho! I'm Santa! And he's Johnny! He's been a naughty boy! But the good boy over there is Andrew! And enjoy the show! Ho, 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 ho! I can't believe Santa called us that 3 times.
I know. Is he talking about the Godfather's employees? Or was he referring to Thundercats? I don't know. I don't know anymore.
All I know is there's probably some of them in this house. That's a deep pedal discussion joke from another podcast.
One of my favorite montage songs ever is that song.
Oh, yeah.
It's South Park, The Streaming Wars.
Yeah. Welcome to the Nostalgia Holiday House. That's right. It's after Thanksgiving. We celebrated. We hope everybody had a great one. But now it's time to buckle down and have some fun, spread some cheer, and we're going to have some really fun holiday episodes. I don't know what Andrew's done this week. I only have a vague idea of what it's about, so I'm very excited and nervous to find out what is he going to torture me, or which I got a feeling there's going to be some torture here. I just do. I just feel that. Everyone has a lot of anguish going on with what we're doing today.
Yeah, I'm about to share my screen here because
share that screen.
Because what we are doing is, you know what? Let's get through the segment that we haven't done in a while.
Right.
Then I'll explain it to everybody because I really like this idea and I kind of added a little twist.
Very excited. All right, but before we get into that,
yes.
What are we going to do first, Andrew?
We are doing, I'm trying to come up with a jingle for Nostalgia Fix or Cash Grab Dis. That's right, folks. We haven't done one in a while because I don't think we've really had one that we could do. But today,
not one that we felt like we really wanted that we cared to talk about.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with this, Nostalgia Fix Cash Grab Dis is a little segment we'd normally do, just small segment of the show where we look at a movie or TV show or something that's got rebooted, remake, or they came out with a sequel. and we decide whether it tickled that nostalgia bone or it's just, hey, how can we make money off of this property because we can't think of any new ideas.
Yeah. Or both.
Yeah. And today we are doing Good Burger 2.
Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? That's right. Good Burger 2. Andrew, before we get into our synopsis and review of that real quick, the first Good Burger movie, it obviously came out at a perfect time for me. I enjoyed the goofy silliness of it. I'm a big fan of Kenan anyway. I've just like I figured this out last night recording another podcast, but he's been on Saturday Night Live for literally 20 years now.
Oh yeah, and he doesn't look like he's aged at all.
No, he does not. And in my opinion, he's actually gotten funnier.
Yeah.
So, and he's like he's a very capable comedian, and a lot of times he's, for me, one of the highlights of SNL currently. But yeah, so when I heard they were making this, I gotta admit I was a little nervous because I sort of felt like that first movie was like sort of a lightning in a bottle type of thing.
Yeah.
Where, because it wasn't like a lot of other stuff that you would see in a movie. It was very much its own thing.
Plus it had Sinbad.
Yeah.
I think anything at that point with Sinbad is great.
I agree.
Also, Abe Vigoda.
Yeah.
Fish himself was in Good Burger. But yes, I had the Good Burger 2 meal. Highly overpriced.
Oh God, yeah. It's, and of all places, it's from Arby's.
Yes, it was $15
from Arby's to get your burger. That's where I want to go to get a burger, is Arby's.
It was not good at all. But for the money, it wasn't that good. If it was like some regular meal, it would have been great. But Good Burger 2.
Now I understand why they went with the strawberry shake in that combo, but to me, you gotta have some orange drink.
Well, Kel does. They do make a reference of that in the movie.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. But Good Burger 2, I watched it with the kid down the hall, so it doesn't sound creepy, aka my son, because I can't remember his name half of the time. And I rather enjoyed it. I thought it was right on par with the original Good Burger. I thought it was good, just zany, kind of fun. Brought back some memories. I don't want to do any spoilers, but there's some people that pop up in some very interesting situations that from the original one that are pretty cool as well. And I would say it was just probably as good as the first one. I wouldn't say as iconic because there is that nostalgia and kind of I would say it's kind of a cult classic in a way in the first one as well. But
yeah,
I thought it was very good. I thought it was great. The characters didn't change. You figured those characters were very believable in the roles that they were and how they evolved through their life. Because it had to be what, 20? No, more than that.
More than that, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna feel old. So we'll say it was a very long time between the first one and the second one.
Yeah. You watched it with a kid down the hall.
Yeah.
I watched it with my crippling loneliness and sadness. But I also enjoyed this quite a bit. It's to me, it did a really good job of sort of capturing that goofiness, and I mean that in the best way, of the original. And I was just having this discussion with some other people on a certain panel, and it kind of came up where, what happened to the movies that were just out to be fun, just to have a fun, goofy time. Doesn't need to be some award-winning thing. It knows exactly what it is. It's just there to entertain you. something I can kind of watch, turn my brain off for a little bit, and not worry about anything else, and just enjoy this goofy world of Good Burger. And I am with you. I don't want to spoil anything because a lot of the people who pop up are really fun.
Yes.
And as part of the fun is all these characters and people who pop up. One of them especially made me very happy, being a fan of that era of Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed this movie way more than I thought I was, because I went into it thinking, man, I don't know about this, because like I said, that first one was just such its own thing. Like, I don't know how you capture that again, but overall I felt they did it. It is missing Sinbad, but
I guess he's the business manager's voice.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. Like, he was a part of the first movie though, and he's not really much here. But they do a good job too of sort of. I mean, it's definitely a sequel to the first one. A lot of the stuff alludes to the first movie, and it's just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this film. If you just want a goofy good time and not have to work and just want to turn your brain off, I think you'd get a kick out of this. What did the kid down the hall think?
He liked it. He's seen both of them. He enjoyed it. He had some laughs. He had some chuckles. He was quiet. Didn't ask a million questions. So that was great.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah. That's
well, that's how you know though. Like, if a kid is asking a lot of questions, a lot of times it means that they're either confused or it's just not really capturing them good enough. But this one's like just a goofy fun time. I don't know how you get mad at, because if you break it down in its essence, it's just a really kind of a paper thin plot, really. But that's not why it's there. It's there just for its goofy fun and just revisiting these characters that you really like.
Yeah.
And some new ones that I thought were pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think we're both in agreement here on this one, right?
Yep, it's a nostalgia fix.
Yeah, agreed completely.
All right. So let's get into this one. The main reason why we showed up today is for Johnny, who is a huge Santa Claus fan.
Yes.
I have chosen 10 Santa Clauses throughout Santa Claus lore of pop culture. Put it that way. And he has to blindly rank them, as you can see, because I'm going to probably put this up on YouTube. You see the start button up there?
Yep.
They're randomly going to show up. He is going to blindly rank them. And he is going to put them into the spot. And we're going to see where it is. And Johnny, I have myself in a kind of a newlywed type game. I have put these into where I think you would rank them.
Oh, okay.
So we are going to compare and contrast. And if I would have thought this sooner than probably like yesterday, I would have contacted Trevor to see how well Trevor would have done too. But
yeah,
Trevor is a busy man. Go check out
Cave. Yeah, check out Cardboard Cave YouTube channel. He does a great job over there. Yeah. And it's not just board games, it's all kinds of stuff. And just again, just let everybody know, I have no idea which Santas are on here.
Nope.
Not at all. Andrew's done all this behind my back. So I have no clue what's about to happen.
I have been so excited for this. Just
now, when you say rank them blindly, am I ranking them like a 1 through 10 where I would place them?
1 through 10. But
all right, gotcha.
Like I said, you don't know who's coming up, who's not coming up.
Right.
All right. Are you ready, Johnny?
Let's do this.
Rip off the Band-Aid. Miracle on 34th Street Santa. Now, this is from, I would just say both of them are probably equally as good in a way.
I think so.
So
I would put the original first, and then the remake is honestly still as good.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the guy from Jurassic Park, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. All right. I love these movies. Big fan of them. Really, really like this Santa Claus a lot. He's definitely a top 3 for me. I'm trying to decide. See, this is where this is fun because I don't know who's coming next.
I told
Oh
you
man.
I couldn't wait for this. I knew this was going to be like anxiety.
All right. I love this movie a lot. I don't think I'm going to feel bad about this later. He's number 2 for me.
Number 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Just write that down. Here's your next Santa. The Santa from Frosty the Snowman.
Okay. All right. This is a good Santa as well. I mean, he comes in and saves the day, right? Frosty's just melted. We're all crying because Frosty was so great, and he's always telling us happy birthday, which I appreciate. But Santa isn't a major part of this movie. He does show up and saves the day, but like the movie is Frosty's movie. I'm going to say I'm going to give. Oh man, I hate this so much, Andrew.
I know you would. I just took your nice innocent idea of ranking Santa Clauses and I just totally
Yeah.
put you into like a jigsaw like torture chamber here.
All right. My reasoning for this is because again, this is Frosty's movie and Santa is such a small part of it. So you don't really get a lot of Santa in Frosty. So I'm going to well, depending on what kind of videos you're searching for on the internet, I guess. But I'm going to give this Santa number 7. Oh, I feel bad about that.
7. All right. Here's your
This is so weird because I'm trying to think ahead, even though I don't know what these are.
A Christmas Story Santa.
Okay. All right. Controversial opinion. This movie's fine. I do not hate this movie.
I think
but it's not my favorite Christmas movie.
It's a little overplayed, but I still watch it.
Yeah, agreed. I don't want to shoot anybody's eye out, but
ho.
I'm going to go
football, Johnny.
Man, all right. I get it. Be mad at me, but I'm going number 9 for this one.
Okay.
I just don't have I think the movie's fine, but I don't have the love for it a lot of people do.
Tim Allen.
This is easy number 1 for me.
Okay.
The Santa Claus movies, absolutely adore them, even though I know they're not good movies. Again, this is like a Mac and Me situation. I know these aren't good movies, but those are my favorite. I love it. Watch them. I've already watched the first 2 already again this year. This is killing me.
There's Christmas Santa.
Oh man. All right, I've already given a 1 and 2, so he's 3.
Okay.
Oh God, this is my favorite Christmas movie. Oh man, I know he's a great Santa as well.
He's very underrated Santa.
Yes, he is. I love that Santa.
It's what's great is that I'm kind of getting a kick out of your pain here for each one of them.
That's how you know we're close friends. Oh, John Goodman here for Futurama. Santa. Yeah,
one of probably the best Santas.
He's very, very fun.
If you enjoy unique Santas,
yes. If you enjoy a Santa who's going around to literally murder all the bad boys and girls, and the future is just so afraid of him. Man, he's very funny, and I really like those episodes a lot. But I'm ranking these as Santas, right? Santa. And so I'm going to give him, as a Santa, a 10. But as for fun, he's like top 5. But as a Santa, he's a 10, number 10. I'm very curious where you have these ranked, or what you think I'd rank these.
Tom Hanks. So like Polar Express Santa.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Okay. Tom Hanks is one of my favorite actors. I'll see a movie just because Tom Hanks is in it. I mean, he's one of those for me. I love Polar Express. It's a very good, underrated animated movie that still holds up despite the fact that we've come since it's came out. You know, animations leap.
Is this one of the last Deadeye movies?
It might be, right? It might be, but even that, like, it still does really good job of the emotion it can bring up. But even though this is all about getting to the North Pole in that train, it's way more about that kid and the friends he makes his journey along the way, and about the train, really. Man, I love this movie, and I'm such a fan of Tom Hanks. Oh my god. Oh man. I'm gonna go 6.
6.
Man. When you read these back to me, I'm gonna be like, why don't I put this one there and that one there?
Okay. Here we go.
Pick another name. Here we go. Pick another name.
South Park Santa.
All right, I'm a sucker for South Park.
And in the
And
words
that
of
Santa
South
Claus
Park,
is great.
in the words of South Park Santa, nobody shocks Santa's balls.
I mean, he saved them from the from the woodland creatures. He's done a lot,
He has.
and I'm a big fan of this Santa. What places do I have left? What? We're getting down to the last
We
ones.
got 4, 5, and 8.
Okay. 5. I enjoy him quite a lot. But obviously he's very over the top and goofy because it's South Park. So I'll go 5.
So you only got 2 more left here. Rankin and Bass.
All right, so this is the
like Rudolph's and everything else. So just
I see.
you got to kind of lump them all together.
See, that's not fair.
Because I knew this one the minute because you kind of tipped your hand to this one.
I did. I've been on record as the Rudolph Santa is a big piece of garbage. But the Santa and other Rankin Bass movies are very like Santa Claus is coming to town. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I just think the douchiness of the Santa from Rudolph kind of overpowers a lot. Because again, he's immediately writing Rudolph off until Rudolph is useful. And then all of a sudden, oh, hey, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, once you got my sleigh tonight, when he could have been the whole time been like, you know what? This reindeer's showing promise. But just because his nose glows, I can't use him, and he can't play in the reindeer games. What's going on, Santa? So he's got to be number 8. I just cannot let that go. And I've loved the Rudolph Rankin Bass, by the way. I watch it every year. But that part always, that's such a terrible depiction of Santa. That's not how Santa would do that.
All right. So, and the last one is the Santa Claus from Santa Claus, the movie. So
yes.
The famous movie with Dudley Moore.
And I like Dudley Moore. Yeah, 2 actors I really like a lot. I will see most things Lithgow's in. I mean, whatever place is left, I'm fine with. It's 4th, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. After you tell me the order I did these in, I'm going to tell you the ones I would like to switch if I was able to.
Okay. So I'll go. I'll go through like everything together here. So number 1, you had Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I got that one right.
Okay.
All right. Number 2, you had Miracle on 34th Street. I had Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yeah. Which that's the one I would switch if I'd known Ernest Saves Christmas was coming up. So you would have had that right.
Yeah. Number 3, you got Ernest Saves Christmas. Number 3, I had Miracle on 34th Street. So
again, that's how I would have had them if I'd known Bill.
Number 4, you have the Santa Claus from Santa Claus the movie, David Huddleston. I had Frosty.
I get it. Yeah. I was thinking too much on that, I think.
Number 5, you have South Park. I had Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Well, I like Tom Hanks.
He's a great actor. He's my favorite actor. Forrest Gump is my favorite movie. So, let's see. Number 6, I had David Huddleston from Santa Claus the movie. You put Tom Hanks there.
Yeah. So you're getting them close.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of shocked. 7, you had Frosty. I put South Park there. Number 8, you had Rankin Bass. I had Futurama. Number 9, you had A Christmas Story Santa, and I had A Christmas Story Santa.
All right.
So we got, and then number 10, you had Futurama. I had Rankin Bass because I figured you would definitely but you already had Futurama there. So
yeah, in retrospect, I would have switched that and you would have had that right. I really don't like that Santa, even though I guess at the end he does come back for the Misfit toys. But man, I just really have a problem with how he treats Rudolph. It just really bugs me. Like, I hope he learns his lesson. And also, like, he gets fat in like 12 hours. Which I know he's Santa Claus and there's magic involved, but come on.
that's the only one I really like is the one is that Santa Claus Coming to Town where they tell like the origin of Santa?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Because I worked with a guy that had started getting a red beard like that, and thank God I was good enough friends with him where I was like, dude, why are you starting to look like the claymation Santa Claus? And he was like, what are you talking about? And I showed him a picture, and he was like, oh yeah, I guess I kind of do.
Yeah, that's an underrated one too. People don't talk about that one enough. It's very good. Yeah. There's also some good Santa stuff out there. Oh God, what's the name of the animated ones on Netflix? I've had Netflix, I'd already watched it this year. It's so dang good. Like, I'd put it up just as a great animated movie. It's also about the origin of Santa Claus. Oh man. I can't think of the name of it. It's really good. I have to look that up. But there's also a couple of also I think it's also on Netflix. I want to look these up real quick so I get these right.
Right.
Santa, Netflix.
What is on Netflix? I'm actually shocked that Santa Claus the movie doesn't stream anywhere, and it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that one I was thinking of that's really good that I highly recommend is just called Klaus. Klaus. It's incredibly good. It's one of the best newer Christmas movies, in my opinion, to come out in a long time. Highly, highly recommend it. That Santa would be up there for me too.
How do you feel after this list, though, knowing that you put these Santas in these spots?
Uneasy. Obviously, I like to go back and switch a couple of those. But I think my number one would always be my number one.
I knew. Minute I wrote that down.
Yeah, my top 3. I'm fine with those. I think it's way more in the other ones than where they are. That's bugging me, and it's all because of that one Santa that I don't like.
Let's do it right now. 1 through 10.
Okay.
If you no blind. So Tim Allen's one.
No blind. Yeah.
No blind ranking. Tim Allen.
Yeah. Tim Allen's number 1. Now that I know the list, number 2 would be the Ernest Santa, and then 3 would be the Miracle on 34th Street Santa. I've already forgot the other ones. The last one would be the Rankin Bass Santa. I know that for a fact.
We got Santa Claus movie Santa, South Park, Tom Hanks, Frosty, A Christmas Story, and Futurama. Who would you put in 4?
I think I want to move up Frosty. That's the one that's also bugging me. I mean, it is true he's not in it a lot, but it's a great Santa Claus. And he saves the day. So I'm going to move him up, I think.
So now we got Santa Claus the movie, South Park, Tom Hanks, A Christmas Story, and Futurama.
I'm going to go Tom Hanks next. I'm a big me and you both are Hanks guys.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go South Park because those are just so goofy. I like them and have fun with them. And then speaking of which, I'm just going to put Futurama right after that.
Santa Claus the movie, and then A Christmas Story.
In the order you just said.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people love A Christmas Story. Trust me, I get it. I understand it.
I like it too. I just feel like it started off as this cult classic that
Yeah, but it's not really that anymore.
no, it's let's shove it down your throat.
I mean, literally, doesn't one of the stations play it like all day on cable, I think?
Yeah, I think it's TBS or TNT, which is a
Yeah.
funny story because the one Christmas, not the kid that lives down the hall, my oldest son, we were both sick and we had like the flu or something. So we were like laying in bed and he was young. I think he was about 5. So we just kind of like laid in bed
Yeah.
and I couldn't find the remote. And I was just like so sick that I was like, screw it. And I watched. I think that didn't help with my Christmas Story situation, but
Yeah.
I just watched it on a loop and I was like, well, at least I know what's going to come on next and I don't need to change the channel. So
Yeah.
pretty much it was just me falling asleep and waking up in and out of different parts of A Christmas Story, which was kind of nice in a way. Not gonna lie, sometimes I watch Pluto TV and I go to the Star Trek channel just so I could watch, just see what episode there is. And whatever episode there is, I'm watching.
I do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that too. Overall, I'm okay with the list though. I mean, once I got those top 3, I'm think I'm okay.
Are you gonna need an extra shot of Dr. Perky later or something because of how hard this was? Or
Yeah. I gotta like reevaluate some things in my life now. After this, I gotta try to figure out who I am as a person. I'm not who I thought I was. I was once very sure in myself, and now, thanks to you, I'm not.
I should make you blind rank more stuff. Because this was really enjoyable to watch you go, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, man. It's tough when you don't know exactly like who's going to come up next. Like I'm pretty steadfast on those top 3 as my favorite Santas, and then I would probably put that Claus one if I had a choice as the next one. But yeah, man, I do love me some Santa Claus.
Yeah,
can't lie. Me and Mick Foley, big Santa Claus fans.
Yeah, we got quite the lineup going on here. We are not doing we're not doing I think there's 5 Sundays, but we are not doing all 5 Sundays in December as I take a look at this calendar here. We are taking so our last episode will be Christmas. Oh yeah, we are doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Our last episode will be Christmas Eve. We're gonna take that week of Christmas off. So 25th on, and our new episodes will be back on Sunday. I'll make sure I say this message after all of our episodes, just so everybody knows. So new episode after the month of December will be I can't even talk, January 7th. But yes, we have a lot of fun stuff going on. So check that out. Up next, I put my kids to work and we are doing a tournament of He-Man toys. Which He-Man toys we like the best? I got to have them make a list and then fill it in for the bracket fights. But
love it. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. So yeah, make sure you follow us on all the social medias, on the Facebook page and on Instagram. Andrew does a great job on those. Make sure you check those out. The Facebook page especially is really fun. A lot of buzz over there.
So I do the Today in Pop Culture, history type post, and I did America's Funniest Home Videos. And I don't know what's coming up. I don't know what I did. I know what I did last year, and I try and switch it up. So if you can see stuff twice in a year or twice in a row, year after year, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just really think it's significant. Other times I'm like, I can't find anything. I got to put some. So I did America's Funniest Home Videos, and I did this before. Didn't do too well. This one, I haven't been sharing because Facebook will throttle you if you share too much. So
Yeah.
I did the America's Funniest Home Videos one, and now it's up to almost 200 shares and like 500, 600 reactions. But it's getting to the point where it's reaching that Facebook, internet, like people coming out of the woodwork thing.
Yes.
Where a lot of the stuff was like RP Bob. Oh, I love this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we miss Bob Saget. And then the other day, I get a notification that somebody made a comment on it. I'm like, oh, what did they say now? I just click on it and it just straight up said Bob Saget was murdered. And I was like, okay, we've reached the breaking point.
That's how you know it's successful, though, that you're getting comments like that.
Yeah. And it's sad that it gets to that point.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Because we're all sad that he's gone. He was such a part of our lives for a long time.
It's like saying that Ghostbusters is a movie about Peter Venkman. but yeah, go check us out. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe, because I think I will be putting this up on YouTube, because it's really great to watch Johnny agonize over which one. So check it out. We're doing top fives. I just did one where it was top 5 discontinued snack foods that I missed. So check that out. Let's plays, unboxings. I still got a whole box of stuff behind me that I still got to unbox. But check that all out. And with that being said, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Ho, ho, ho.